All right. Alrighty, righty, all right. So, oh, you can scoot over a little bit. Oh no, I'm gonna scoot over this way. You scoot over that way a little bit.
Which way?
Your way, left.
To my left?
Yeah.
We are a part of
You still got a lot of room.
Still want me to go right? How's here?
I know. I said, don't even try to do me like that. Now everybody's gonna think I'm mistreating you.
No, he doesn't. He said it to me. Come closer.
Oh, that wasn't that was a bear claw. Oh, go over
What do
here.
you think I'd go to the gym for?
I know. I'm off my gang.
I'm just playing.
All right, so welcome to our channel, to Kesta and Jones, and thanks for coming back, and thanks for watching the videos, and thank you.
That's right. Thank you.
Gratitude. Grateful for everything, and yeah, this is a live chat. And what else we doing? Oh, we're here to review Married at First Sight, season 14, episode
I believe 17 or something.
17.
Like that. It's like way too many.
Yeah, it's the last one where
Way too many.
yeah, they dragged it on.
Episode too much.
Yeah, they dragged this
Episode too much.
and dragged it and dragged it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna reel it in and make it
Sense.
make it make sense.
But before we go there, shall we just quickly cheers? These
Cheers.
are 2 tall glasses of milk.
Super
Not dairy, though.
Not
Secret
dairy.
milk. Coming soon.
Ooh, it's kind of got that eggnog taste without the egg.
And in lieu of the egg, we put 102 minerals into it instead.
102.
102.
102
which is what your
minerals.
body is made of. You're welcome.
Okay, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about Married at First Sight, and I call it Decision Day because this is where all the couples make their decisions to stay married or kick rocks and go elsewhere. But they named it Got My Mind Made Up. Why they didn't say Decision Day? They want to be extra. So anyway, want to start?
You go ahead.
All right, let me start. So first, it starts off with all the experts, and they're discussing all the couples, and I guess all the couples are their favorite couples because they didn't say that nobody was their unfavorite.
Well, I'm sure the couple that eliminated early on is probably not one of their favorites.
Well, Mike is a cool guy, so maybe they like Mike.
You mean Chris?
Oh, Chris. There's a lot of Mikes in here. So let me see. So the first couple that's coming up to the stage or coming up to the chair or to the couch. Yeah, the first couple up on the couch to discuss their decision to either stay married or get a divorce. And then they have to give pros and cons. Like, this is what we took from it. So they always start off with the pros, what they like about being with that person before they say yes. Then, they're just keeping us glued so we can see.
Yeah.
And then they start saying the negative stuff about that person. Then you're like, nah, they ain't gonna stay together. You like, oh yeah, they're gonna stay together. Oh no, they ain't gonna stay together. I like what they did there. So, oh man, hay fever outside, man. It's all the pollen out there.
You feeling uncomfortable?
No, but
It is a little bit. It was a little. My eyes are a little bit itchy too. We've just come from a very long walk.
Yeah, it was a very nice walk, but
Very
it just
nice
rained and the pollen is out there. But
in
anyway,
the woods of the DMV.
anyway, first couple up at bat is Jasmina and Mike. And one thing that Viviana said about them before they came on is they haven't done it before. They haven't done it. They haven't consummated.
They weren't the only ones.
Hey, but
Black
it wasn't
people.
because I mean, wasn't the only ones because of being conservative. It was because they just got a slow takeoff.
Right.
Yeah.
Very slow.
The engines ain't quite burning on all cylinders yet. So you like that, don't you?
I do.
Dr. Viviana is worried because they haven't done it yet. So anyway, Mike's coming in with the fresh suit on. What do you have on? Was it like purple?
Yeah, like
Lavender?
the lavender. It was very fly, nicely fitted. He has a nice shape, not unlike you, sir. So it looked good on him.
He was
looked well put
he
together.
was fly as can be, and then
I haven't seen him look that handsome since the day he got married, actually.
Oh yeah, Mike is cool. Mike's cool, but his wife though, she came out looking stunning.
I mean, Jasmina doesn't ever disappoint.
Yeah, she came out looking really fly. I think she had like an orange, or was it?
They were clashing though. No, yeah, they were clashing though. So I found that odd that they found two colors that actually didn't complement each other. At least on camera, it didn't. But that's okay. More importantly, did they stay together? That's what you all want to know, isn't it?
Yeah, Mike. He had a hard time with Jasmina because they kept clashing in the beginning. I think from the first honeymoon day, that's actually day 2. They was clashing from then on. So this was like, I had no idea like what's gonna happen. Like usually you can guess who's gonna stay together, who can't. Well, no, you can't really on these things because I was always surprised.
I feel like they purposely tricked us too.
Well,
with editing.
I'll be honest. Like I have not ever watched the whole season to get to decision day. Like I will watch most of the season and then get busy doing something else and be whatever. And then I just catch who made it. But I never watched the last decision day. So Mike comes in. He sits down, they sit down. I'm expecting them to hug. I don't even think they hugged because they haven't seen each other. Okay, so they haven't seen each other for what, a week?
A day.
A day?
Supposedly it's a day.
Okay, so they just split them up for a day.
It could be a couple of days, but they say that it's basically a day, that one night that they're apart.
And supposedly they haven't seen each other or spoke to each other, so they're not supposed to. But he starts explaining what he likes about Jasmina. And he says, she's very opinionated. And he talks about
how they were matched.
Yeah, he can see how they were matched. He talks about like how he needed to let go of things,
become more vulnerable.
Yeah, more vulnerable, and how but she still scares him. She could be scary, and she can. She get that look. I already know what look at is. I've seen that look on it. I haven't seen it on you yet. But in my past, I've seen them looks. And I've seen her giving him that look.
So either you're doing better or I'm slacking. Do I need to pick it up and do a little more of this with you?
No. You don't need to. We don't need to test that out. So anyway, let's get back to it. So, but yeah, so basically he says all the stuff. She's beautiful. She's, strong, opinionated, and, they have good time together. They laugh all the time. And what she says about him is he's loyal, humble, kind. He has a heart of gold. She realizes that she should listen before speaking. I think all women. Wait, no.
What was that?
No.
Say it a little louder for the people that didn't hear you.
I said, I think we all could take a page out of that book. We could all take off of that paper. So she should listen before speaking. And the bad thing, she said, he has a lack of accountability. And she's referring to the roommate situation. Like he didn't take accountability for omitting a couple of things. And I don't know, I saw it either way. Like I'm kind of like that too. If you don't ask me, I sometimes it don't occur to me to say it. But in that situation, I guess he could have said something because she said she was living with a guy roommate, and then it'd be like, oh, I got 2 girl roommates. That was weird. So yeah, that didn't help them in the beginning either. She was really pissed off about that.
Especially because they didn't know each other. Maybe once you know Mike, something like that makes sense. Like,
Then she'll figure it.
Right. But when you're perfect strangers, it's like, are you trying to do something here that you're not supposed to be doing? Like, what's really going on?
Yeah. And she says he has a his way or no way kind of policy thing.
I feel like they're kind of similar.
Yeah, they're the same. They both have that.
They
It's
sure
either
are.
my way or no way.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know. But she said, I don't know if I see him as a husband. Like, I can't, I still don't have that spark, or basically it's not getting moist down there. Her words. I didn't say it. That was her words. She said that in a different episode,
She said that.
Yeah. So then, so Mike talks about, and then they started talking together, and Mike talks about, to the experts, the lack of physical intimacy, like they haven't gotten it in. And he's like, I don't need a friend. I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to find a wife. And she's like, she fears that they won't get there romantically. Like, they're fun. They have fun. They're friends. They're best friends, kind of like. They laugh all the time. But she feels that she don't think that it'll get there romantically. And then they talk about it. So he had a lot of opportunities to become intimate. I've always called him. I'm like, kiss her right there. Yeah. Grab her. Say hi. Oh, no, so I'm not saying. Give her a hug. Touch her. Grab her booty. Just smack it.
You thought you were speaking to Coco for a second?
No.
Just say hi.
Yeah. More on that one. But so yeah, there was an incident where like she was talking about they almost got intimate, where like, well, the most intimate other than peck on the cheek and hugging was like they were sleeping in bed, and she turned around and he was asleep, and he turned around and palmed her butt while he was asleep, totally knocked out her bootay. And everybody was laughing about that. And I was like, yeah, he didn't follow through on that one. But
because she didn't brush it off. So
she left it there.
She would have.
She said she left it. She didn't move it.
A woman will respond accordingly if you're not welcome.
Yeah, she would have been like, get that off of me.
Absolutely.
So she feels like she doesn't know him enough. She said, I feel like I don't know you enough, and that's why I want to stay married. Surprise.
Cliffhanger he created here for just
a split second. Yes.
Just a split second, he gave you all a cliffhanger.
Hey, I was we had a bet. We had a little bet, and I was like, I think they're gonna stay together. She was like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it's gonna be a surprise, but I don't see any reason why they need to part ways, because there's nothing really wrong in this situation. They just need more time together. And they're talking about, doing a dating, not living together immediately, but, being like dating, dating his wife, dating her husband. I think that's pretty good. Because
when you date, you are engaging in creating romance in some form or fashion every day, in a way that maybe not all married couples do, because you've already done that. You feel like you've built a certain rapport with one another, a certain level of comfort, and life has taken over, maybe your kids, etc., etc. But for them, they're still young. They don't know each other. So what better way to get to know one another than to date?
Right. And he said, I'm not ready to walk away. And I'm glad, that was a real man move right there. I'm not ready to walk away. If you want to walk away, it's on you. But me, I'm not ready for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say.
Kudos. Yeah. And I'm glad that you were right.
Yeah.
That they stayed together.
Yeah. Because I was so rooting for him, and I was like pissed off at him. And I was like, well, after you guys say you're going to stay married, hug and kiss. Still no hug, no kiss after that. I'm like, man, I want to see him next year. She better be pregnant.
Man.
You got 1 whole year to get this done.
I know, right?
I was like yelling, kiss her, right there. You missed it. That's your opportunity.
I don't know if it's his fear of rejection or fear of rejection on camera.
Well, yeah, I genuinely think he doesn't want to piss her off.
Cross boundaries.
Yeah. He doesn't want her to be angry at him.
Right.
So he's just tiptoeing through the tulips. And I don't know if she is used to having an aggressive man, or
if she's doing her part to even say like, "You're welcome to, lean in, kiss me, put your arm around me."
Yeah.
And we know how to do that as women when that's what we want. We'll kind of like lean in a little bit to give you a little gesture, like, "Okay, go ahead, put that arm around." Go ahead, put that
see her leaning in. That's right, fellas.
What are you waiting for? Put that arm around me. See how he's not
I'm like Mike.
He's not picking
like
up what I'm
Mike.
putting down.
Oh, did you want me to?
Excuse me. There we go. You see? Just like that.
He should be
Easy
like, yeah,
peasy.
it's mine. He should do that.
part.
Right?
That's what he should do.
Well, he should have that, mentality.
Mm.
You need that confidence. So I'm not saying he don't have confidence, but he is just like not sure where he stands with her, and never ask where you stand. Just shoot. It goes in or it misses. Yeah, they either throw it back to you or the other team's ball. So anyway,
Don't let someone else scoop her up.
Yeah.
Someone will come and scoop her up.
Yeah, they really hooked him up. He should be
Yeah.
thanking TLC for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it
Lifetime.
Lifetime?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There goes our endorsement.
Lifetime is going to fire us before they hire us. Before we're hired, we're fired.
We just messed up our salary cap. Anyway, back to the show.
But we'll take donations.
Donations. Donations. 3 times. All right. We're going to Katina and Olajuwon.
Yeah.
Now, see, I wish they would have put, I would have stayed up all night to wait to see what's going to happen with Jasmine and Mike and Katina and Olajuwon. So
they should have started with Noy and Steve. No offense, Noy and Steve.
They should have started with them and then Lindsay and then Olajuwon. No. Olajuwon. The last, who should have been the last?
I think the last should have been Katina and Olajuwon.
Okay, yeah. I think.
Me personally.
I think it's the, I want to say maybe it's the dominant society. Just like nobody wants to know about these ones. Well, we do.
I know. We
want to know about them. So I would have watched the whole show. But then, Lindsay and Mark, you definitely going to watch the whole show to see what happened with them.
Sure, absolutely. They were 100% the most volatile.
Stephen Noy should have been first.
Yeah. Again, no offense to you guys, but yeah, you guys
They should have been first because that was kind of easy. But then I think maybe they feared that if they showed them, people would have just left. I don't know. But anyway, we go into Katina and Olajuwon. How was Katina looking when she came in? She came in first.
She came letting the world know her body is a 10. It's a body yaddy yaddy, yaddy yaddy yaddy, as the American kids would say in American. She came looking stunning. She came in a bodycon dress, appropriately so, because she's in that space and time in her life where she should show it all off. And she looked incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. But, like Jasmina, those two for me are so above average when it comes to their looks anyways that it's really not even fair for anyone else in their vicinity.
Those two did. They look like moms.
Fair. Yeah, it's not fair for anyone else around them. I feel bad for the rest of the cast actually because it's like, oh really? You had to put us with Naomi and Tyra?
Yeah.
Like what?
Katina could play a young Tina Turner. You know, back in the day, back
Yeah.
in the day.
For sure.
Yeah, she's really pretty. And then your boy Lajuan, he came in looking suave. I like the suit he had on. It was the royal blue. It's like that's the season, right? Like this year, oh no, 2021. It was blue, and he came in looking sharp. He's got the crucifix etched in his head. He was sweating. He was. He came in sweating, so I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like you kind of know, but I was like, I don't know. I really now I'm not sure. I couldn't figure out the body language. I was totally confused on them.
Yeah, me too. At least they didn't clash though in terms of their outfits. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh wait a minute. What color did Katina have on?
Because hers was like if I remember correctly, it was like a cream colored dress. It was very neutral. Yeah. So it worked out really well. I mean, Jasmina's dress was perfect. It's just that next to Mike, it was just like the colors went like this. Yeah. So it was weird because I wasn't sure. Like, are they trying to tell us via their wardrobe that they're going in opposite directions?
Yeah, they were.
But then they surprised us and they stayed and they went off into clash heaven. I'm just kidding. Color clash heaven.
Yeah, I mean that's by far one of my favorite couples. Now I'm so glad that they had stayed together. But Katina and Olajuwon, me too. You could tell they were like this at the hip, but we saw they ups and downs, so it was kind of like it could go either way.
But who instigated the ups and downs?
Lifetime.
No.
Oh. Olajuwon. Okay.
Because he always found the problems.
Yeah, he was looking for the problems.
He's always finding the problems, you know. So Katina was really easygoing. Yeah. Kind of like how you are. I'm a little bit more like Olajuwon, but working.
Yeah, I mean, I'm back to my original self. I had a lot of ups and downs in life, but back to me.
Back to Ishe.
So, Katina, so she starts talking about Olajuwon. She says, of course, he's handsome. He has a nice smile, nice body. What would you expect from Katina? You know, she's just, you know, practical pretty much.
She's practical, but also, I don't know what they experienced when they were off camera. We also don't know anything about Olajuwon. So I don't know if she got to learn a lot about Olajuwon too, because he was so busy, I hate to say it, but cutting her down and criticizing her. So I don't know if she had anything else to fill that time and space with in terms of putting in more stuff about him that was maybe not superficial, because what have we seen? Even as viewers, we've not seen much of Olajuwon. He hasn't been terribly vulnerable with us. He's been extremely critical though, of his wife this whole season.
Yeah, and that's funny because Katina, apparently she asked them not to set her up with a passive man, and she got what she asked for. Because, see, be careful what you wish for, because she got he's so much far removed from passive. Aggressive. But she said he has a big heart and he cares for me. That's what she said. Then we go to Olajuwon. I can't remember if she said any cons about him. You know, other than he pushes her, which that's a good thing. I tend to do that too, push. But if you don't have to tell me more than 3 times, then before I stop, okay, this person I'm gonna be pushed. All right. Anyway, Olajuwon, he says he just comes right. I want a wife that cook and clean. And they show her and she's like, she's trying not to make an expression. Then he's like, he's like talking about the balance of traveling, being a mom, finishing school. And he basically says, if she's doing all that, how can she make me happy? Olajuwon was on one. Yeah. So, but then he gets emotional. He's tearing up. He's trying not to, let it, but it's too late. The tears come in. Then she recounts all the fun experiences they had during the show. That was really cool. They did have some fun, and they did some fun things like the gondola ride when he said gondola,
which she organized.
Yeah, she organized. She organized everything. I don't really think he took her anywhere. At least we didn't see it. Because it seemed like she was pouring a lot in that cup.
I know.
And he was kind of dousing a little bit of water on hers.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll change. But maybe we didn't see, maybe they didn't allow us to see what we wanted to see. We wanted to see him doing a lot for her.
Other than just breaking her down to build her back up, to break her down again so that he could build her back up and then break her down again.
Yeah, sounds like the military. But he was running it like that.
So I don't know, maybe Olajuwon, either he has a legitimate complaint to make against Lifetime or he's not a very nice guy for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
He's a bit self-serving and narcissistic.
I think he means well. His execution needs some help.
Yeah. And hopefully there's enough self-awareness there where he can begin to catch himself, because he will destroy her if he continues to do what he's done in 8 weeks for the next 8 years, for instance. He will destroy this woman 100%. And I'm saying this as somebody who's actually really for Team Katina and Olajuwon, because I'm here for Black love. I want to see them succeed and do well and be happy and have a family. I'm just saying that he's not told us yet whether they're staying together or not, but if they were to stay together, if what he's done in this short period of time continues, she will be a shell of herself. Yeah,
he needs to continue with some, just some weekly counseling, just to, check in, make sure he's doing things, maybe explain if anything happened during the week, he can go over that. But yeah, he needs to kind of not be so critical, because that'll get you far.
Yeah. And it's also like, if you claim to love this woman and you want her to be the mother of your children, does not behoove you or your future children to be breaking her down to this degree.
Yeah.
Because before he even revealed his answer, which we're going to, he's still, right up until that point, was still breaking her down.
Yeah.
Her last meal is not even edible, is what he said.
Oh yeah, she can't cook. He said her food is not edible.
And she's
not
like,
the meal
I
only.
cook.
Her food is not edible.
She chimed in. She's like, I can't cook, and he's like, no, that last meal that you made me was not even edible. I mean, but why
in front of everybody?
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's the problem I have. I'm sorry to have taken you on this tangent. Really, with Olajuwon and Lindsay, is that okay? Yes. They're highly critical, and I can recognize that in them, because I'm one of those people too, and I'm working on it. But the thing is, they choose to do it in front of the world, and I just don't see what they're hoping to get. Is it like you're going to shame them into changing? Like, what is?
But see, he comes from. He approaches things like from a sports point of view. Okay. Like, he does what coaches do. They own you because they want you to be the best and want you to work to your full potential, but they got to break you down. But he can't take that into his relationship.
Right.
He can't be like a coach into a relationship, like
sergeant.
Breaking her down. Yeah.
Right.
Or like, your drill sergeant, your platoon leader, your supervisor, boss, whatever. You can't, just keep breaking her down and pull her up and thinking, taking her up and down like that. So yeah, his approach, I was saying, his approach needs some work. Yeah, and then they talk about the app incident, and she took responsibility. She was like, I had that dating app on my phone. I didn't use it. I didn't even realize, it wasn't a big deal to me, but I see how he would feel.
Yeah, it's jarring to anyone.
Yeah, so I think she does take accountability for a lot of things that she does wrong or that goes and not in her favor. He says that their connection is beautiful, though. And he also admitted the reason that he was holding off from sex is because he didn't want to go back into, whole days, how you just use sex as a tool and as a desire to feed your desires, and you're done after that. So he didn't want to do that to her, so he wanted to respect her. So what you're saying, you got that player in him. So he wanted to respect her, so he didn't want to have sex with her right away, or he wants to make sure they in love because he really wanted to work, which is that's what I'm saying. His heart. Well, okay. What do you think?
No, go ahead. You're saying his heart.
Oh no, I'm just saying it seems like his heart is in the right place from what he says, but he just he wants to make sure it matches up with everything else.
Yeah, I mean, if I hadn't witnessed him being the control freak that he is, I would have taken it at face value, which is what you just stated. But because I believe that he does these things to try to manipulate the situation in his favor, like he withholds things.
Okay.
He withholds praise, he withholds sex, and instead he's like, you're going to not get my affection, I'm not going to fall in love with you. You're a person that needs building up. You're not where I want you to be. You're not yet good enough. It's almost like he uses it as a way to like wield his power to manipulate the situation. So, because even when he announced like on their honeymoon, like I deleted my Instagram for you. It's like
I thought that was lame when you said that.
It's just like when people are so quick to show you what they quote unquote will do for you, it's oftentimes just as a way to say that they have something over you, because nobody asked you to do that. And what are you saying also by virtue of doing that there's no way for you to be on social media and be faithful? If that's the case, then great. I'm happy that you removed yourself 100%. If that's your personality and that's the case for you, you were using it as a dating app of sorts, then that's great. But to do that right off the bat when you weren't even sure, to then it was all used like, this is what I can do, what are you doing, look at what I did, and I'm also going to decide that we're not going to have sex, by the way, because everything is on my terms.
Okay.
And because also you don't even know how to cook, so why would I give myself to you, and why would I tell you that I'm falling in love with you? So all of it for me was just a little bit there's a lot of manipulation for me coming from Olajuwon, and to me it's because he's somewhat of a control freak. It takes one to know one, probably. So I would say what you said earlier about him getting a therapy on a weekly basis. I'm sure you've got great health benefits. Go ahead and tap into that so that you don't break this wonderful woman who's putting all of this effort into appeasing you, so that you don't break a wonderful spirit down into a shell of herself. That's my worry as far as these two go.
She seems like a really good person, though.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah, but tell us, did he in the end stay with her, or what was the plan?
Oh, wait a minute. We got, he still said some stuff about her that, no, let me see. Well, they talked about, she said things should be 50-50. And he was like, no, no, it shouldn't be 50-50. And she was also, no, he still was talking about this, how she gonna balance working and kids and school and what I want to do. So yeah, everything was centered around him. It seemed like he wasn't saying, I'm gonna help you do this, or I'm gonna be there for you. I can watch the kids. We can take the kids here while we go on vacation. Like, he wasn't offering alternative. It was just about him. So again, I'm hoping that it was edited like that, where we didn't hear the stuff that he would give and chip in and make it work. Because Reverend Cal, what's his name? Pastor Cal was saying, don't attach the problem to the person in your relationship. Just like there's a problem, maybe this person did it, but don't make that the face of that person. Don't say, oh, this person always does that, because we can easily do that. You always do this, or this is always, But anyway, he was also emotional because it was his dad's birthday, which is the day of decision day. So that's not a coincidence that they stay together.
Oh, they stayed
together because he was like, that it's got to be a reason why this day ended up on my dad's anniversary of his dad. Oh no, birthday. His dad, his dad
Late father.
passed away. Yes. So he was feeling emotional, and he's like, this happened because he brought you to me, or God brought you to me. You know, he's putting everything, all the clues together. So that was kind of shocking, but not shocking. Because we kind of knew they were going to stay together. But when they started, though, I was thinking he was real staunch on that cooking and cleaning.
I mean, right up until the moment that he said, I wanted to stay, he was still breaking her down. So,
yeah.
You know, I mean, it was not romantic, if I'm being honest. Because he was still he was criticizing her. I mean, the only positive thing that he said about her was that she puts in a great deal of effort, which is great that you commend her for that. But you still crap on her quite a bit, Olajuwon. And it's not always all about you. Like Isha just said, we've not seen what you brought to the table in terms of what you did as far as romantic gestures, what plans that that you guys embarked on, that you had initiated during those 8 weeks. In the future, how you will contribute outside of your financial contribution, and the fact that yes, you're bringing in a home, we get it, but what else are you bringing? Are you going to be supportive? Are you going to be there to provide guidance and leadership outside of just being critical and barking orders? How do you keep the morale in your household high?
Yeah.
Keep your people whole.
Yeah, he's gonna have to work on a lot. Maybe when the babies come, hopefully he'll be. I don't know.
Inshallah.
I don't know. Long term, that's hard, but we'll see. He's just so. His personality is just. I don't know. I think he's too young to be trying to be married for him.
There's definitely room for growing up. He thinks he knows it all and has done it all.
Yeah,
he's 30 years old, or no, he's 28.
28.
He's 28. I don't even know if he's left the continental United States or not, but he comes off like he feels like he knows it all and has traveled the world and is so seasoned. But actually, he's extremely young. He said that he made a huge sacrifice, that he didn't do anything for 5 years in order to pay off his debts and to acquire homes. So that leads me to believe that he hasn't traveled a great deal. So again, he doesn't have a great deal of life experience, but he's already speaking and acting like he does. For somebody who's only 28, like he's like, I've got all the answers and I know it's going to be. Sir, it is not that way. We're all constantly learning.
Yeah.
And if you're young and you've not even traveled, then you really don't know much about life yet.
Well, that's why he wants to find a wife to travel with. So
sure, she's probably been to more places than you have already, though.
Yeah.
She probably already has a head start.
The good thing is, like, they can have kids, later. Like they can spend a year or two traveling
easily. They can spend the next 3 years.
I don't know what he think he's going to die next year. He think his life is over.
It's not like he's nearing middle age. He's not even at 30 yet. So. And surely they have parents that will help in, that will pitch in, right?
Yeah.
So
they both have family in Boston.
So
yeah,
many have done it before. As Anna Delvey would say, "You're nothing special." My best Anna Delvey voice. You're nothing special. Women squat and have babies in fields every day. You're nothing special, Vivian. Just like.
We gotta review that movie.
That documentary, guys, if you've not seen it, is fire. Okay.
Yeah, Anna Delvey.
Shout out to Anna Delvey.
Okay, so all right, so let's go on to Steve and Noi. Finally, Steve, he was dressed very smartly. He was the only one that's not modern. He was more modernly dressed as a guy. Like, he was casual, but still dressed. Smart. He had the nice, I think he had like a burgundy suit on. Just the jacket and the pants, ankles showing, nice.
Was it
white shirt? I don't know. I thought it was burgundy or like
Oh, I don't
crimson or
remember, 'cause
something.
she was wearing something burgundy or pinkish.
Yeah,
like,
they were matched.
were they matching?
Yeah.
No, I didn't recall.
They were totally.
Same.
Yep. And you know, we already called it. The dude ain't broke. He might not have a job, but that's his choice. He's not working by choice. When that's the thing, that's what should be the goal. It'd be your choice to work. You can still, if you can still take care of yourself and get everything you need without having a 9 to 5, man, you're doing great. Like,
Goals.
that's the whole thing. Like, who wants to work a job for 20, 30 years? Come on. Anyway, Steve talks about how he feels about Noi. He loves her bubbly personality. She's beautiful. He's proud of her. But she wears her emotions on her face, on her sleeve, on her shoulder, whatever. She got no poker face. You always tell us something wrong with her. I'm talking about Noi, not you.
Oh, except you're pointing at me.
Oh yeah, okay. Maybe I was talking about it. All right, you and Noi have no poker face.
I'm every woman.
But that's because
it's all in me.
European. You've been living in Europe for a long time. You're basically from Europe, and y'all are just like direct.
Yes.
Y'all don't try to
No.
sugarcoat it.
We don't do that. That's something that the Anglo-Saxons do, and Americans, being primarily from the Anglo-Saxon lineage, kind of carried that on. But the rest of us in continental Europe, we say it how we see it and how we mean it.
There you have it. Okay, let's go to Noi. So she talks, when talking about Steve, she says he's a dreamer, adventurous, free spirit. That's exactly what he is. And she loves that, the fact that he does whatever she likes. So he is really, catering to her and attentive. And what woman wouldn't like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got to say no sometimes. I got to say no. And then I say, okay, I give in. But let's see, she also is still worried about the fact that she worried if he can financially support them. And here we go again with the finances. Or is she worried that he won't contribute, or if he's able to contribute financially. And it's never 50-50. She doesn't believe in a 50-50 thing because she's, traditional woman from Laos.
Yeah.
So, the man takes on all the responsibility, more the role, and the woman is at home. So she says he's too busy taking tabs on what he does for her. And she's like, shouldn't be like that. Like, you should just do it and don't worry about, are you going to give it back? But then she's worried about whether he's going to be able to contribute financially. So they're both doing it to each other in just different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she caught that about herself.
Mm-mm.
So she says that, Steve is a class act. Like, this dude, so classy.
Okay.
With no job, he brought everybody gifts. He's not even working. And he's the only one to bring Dr. Viviana, Pastor Kyle, and Dr. Peppers, as Elijah says, Dr. Peppers. Brought them some gifts, and he brought his wife a gift. So,
yep, classy dude.
He is classy.
Classy dude.
He ain't broke.
The only one that's quote unquote jobless is the only one that was able to not only bring gifts for everyone. Later on, he also brought another gift for his wife.
Yeah, he brought her a nice ring.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
Now, he has upgraded the ring that she got for the wedding.
Well, they got a wedding band.
Wedding band, yeah.
Yeah, so he got her an engagement ring
To
complete
go over
the set.
band, yeah. And that was a really nice ring.
Mhm.
It wasn't like, again, it wasn't just a rock on
Mhm.
over a band. It was a flat diamond,
Mhm.
kind of oval, and it had the diamond crust
Mhm.
on the on the edges of the band,
Mhm.
almost going around.
Mhm.
That was that was
Classy ring, very nice.
that was nice. Yeah, that I'm not easily impressed, but that was impressive. I like that. So, needless to say, they stuck together.
They stayed together.
And they staying on.
And he
the way.
rewarded her bad behavior with a ring.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
that's
mean,
what we're doing now.
she's so little and petite. It's kind of like his daughter. It's kind of like you would almost expect her to be that type of person because she's just like a child. Like, it's kind of like it's not even a surprise. I think that's what he likes. He likes to take care of it because she's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but yeah, if he thinks it's worth it, then she's worth it. So now we're going. Oh, did you have anything else to contribute? Okay, so now we're going to the roller coaster couple, and the last couple. Yeah, this has been a ride watching them. Like, geez, I thought they was gonna kill each other. Really, like, I'm surprised that they even made it to this day.
I know that Mark had the patience to stay.
Mark has a lot of patience.
Although
it was running thin a lot, though.
Even though Lindsay was the one complaining, it was because Mark seemingly kept so much bottled in that I was surprised that he stayed till the end because it seemed like he was very frustrated, but maybe not communicating that.
Yeah.
When his eyes would get all big. And he knows how to keep things in, and that's literally when she would have diarrhea of the mouth. So
yeah.
I don't know how they made it.
Yeah, I think she wants. She can't. It can't be two people like her. I think she wants him to be more vocal and more like he cares, more passionate.
Mm-hmm.
But that wouldn't work. Two of them, like if her and Olajuwon was together, they just blow up. They just combust.
Right.
In one big fire explosion because it's too much energy there. But let's go to Mark. Mark came out first. He was debonair. He had the blue suit on. I think he had a three-piece on. I think he had the vest and the jacket and the tie. He looked really nice. She came out with the big blue dress. I call it the Gone with the Wind dress because she had the big old, it was a big dress.
She was going to prom.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, it was very formal.
Yeah, she was the only. Actually, when you think about the other girls, they all came in something fun, flirty, and I get it. She's a little bit older because she's 34. Not a lot. She's just a couple of years older. But yeah, everyone else came fun, flirty, kind of daytime, dressy wear, sexy wear, and then she came like she was going to prom.
Yeah, they came like bizarre. They could go to the club right afterwards.
Which club? Like more like a prom?
No, I mean, no. The other couples came like after
like
that.
They could go out and have a grown and sexy
night.
Yeah. She looked like she was about to join a wedding party that she just stepped away from.
Yeah.
I'm actually in a wedding. I'm a bridesmaid, but I've just stepped away for a moment.
Yeah. So, he had a lot to say, a lot of good things to say about her. But one thing he said that was funny is like she has an infectious laugh that could scare you, and that laugh is scary.
That's a lot about Lindsay that's scary. There's a lot about Lindsay that's scary. Because she's so volatile. She can literally switch like this.
Yeah.
And when she's ready to cut you down, she cuts to the meat, to the white meat.
Yeah, you're gonna get it. All meat falling off the bone when she cuts. But yeah, he did say he felt like a punching bag in that marriage.
And I don't know how that could be a signal to stay in a marriage personally.
Right. And then Lindsay, when talking about Mark, she's like, he is going to be a great dad. So they got they did do the fertility test. So she is very focused on what she is in the marriage for. She definitely wants the kids. Like she's ready to get this marriage and this family going. She says that he's caring and nurturing. His worst habit is social media. I was surprised to hear that. Like she even said that a grown man shouldn't be taking selfies all the time and posting them. I was like, whoa, we didn't get none of that this whole season. That he was like that.
None.
I guess you can't stay off social media, but I was figuring because his job is in sales that he will probably be on there more than her to do stuff. But she was like, no, he's just addicted to social media.
It goes to show you that you don't have to be young or old or in between. Anyone literally can become addicted to it. It's a substance that can be abused like anything else.
Yeah, I was bad before. I think I was bad, but I'm not there no more because I would go and get jokes and I would be done. Or if I'm doing something for a channel, that's pretty much it. Like I don't post as much as I used to. I used to post every day, all day, every minute. Yeah, every little second I got.
Really?
I could post. Yeah.
Wow. Because let's be honest,
like that.
When you're an adult and you're doing that, if you're not getting paid,
exactly,
it doesn't make a lot of sense.
And that's what I kind of narrowed it down to. Like, if I'm gonna make a job out of it,
right? That's different.
Then it's better. But like, I've overshared through the years, and now I just don't feel like it.
Yeah. I know. If this is a reminder to anyone, a cautionary tale is that social media can destroy your relationships and your life and your life. So,
yeah, that's a true statement. Like,
take it in small doses.
Man, there's so many things I did. Well, I didn't do it, but everything is easy to be taken out of context or easy to be misconstrued as something different.
And is it worth it?
It's not worth it.
Because it's not a virtual reality, guys. That's the thing. Is that you got to remember that stuff is just.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you can't make a living off of it. For some people, I understand. It's like, as influencers, that's your bread and butter for sure. That's very different. But if you're not making a living out of it and you're just on there for the sake of killing time, that's an addiction. And is it worth you harming your relationships with friends in real life versus, virtual relationships you think you have online, or loved ones, compromising your relationship, your romantic one, whether it be a marriage or, just an exclusive, not just, but, some other form of a romantic relationship. Just remember that what's real is real and what's not is not. And no matter what they're selling you, metaverse and all, it's not for real. It's still just pretend. Like, it really is. Man. It's really just pretend.
I'm glad I got really off of social media before that came out. I'm on it, but I'm not there as much as I used to be.
Sure, I get the allure.
I mean, I'm lucky enough to say that I've been on quite many of a date, and I never had the horror story. I got a lot of dating horror stories, but I didn't have the horror story of being on a date with somebody while they on their phone. Like, nobody disrespected me like that. So I just don't exude that. I command respect when I walk in the room, kind of thing. When you meet me on a date and dangle. Nah, it's joking. No, I just been, that never happened to me, but I heard people have those dating horror stories where the person is just not paying attention, not into them on their social media while you're on the date.
I've never experienced that, but I will say when I used to be a server in New York City, I found it really fascinating how many people could be on a quote-unquote date and be in their own worlds on their phones and not even interacting with each other. Yeah. It's like you would see the light on their face as they would just be, because it would be a dark, restaurant. There's ambiance, the little candle. So apart from the little candle, the only other light you were seeing was the light that was shining into their face as they were staring at their screen. Yeah. Talk about a romance killer. Yeah. I mean, unless you, like I said, unless you're creating content, you're fixing stuff, you're doing stuff. Other than that, like, I don't know. So I was watch Social Dilemma, guys. Oh yeah, on Netflix. That's another good about series. How it was. All these platforms are designed to get you hooked. So either awaken to that realization so that you can make a different choice, or continue to fall down this rabbit hole, which there's no happy ending. for you at the bottom of that hole.
While we're on social media, we're talking to you about social media.
But we're utilizing this as, as
utilizing
as a form of business as
We're
well.
bringing you entertainment,
Which we are monetizing at some point, I'm hoping.
All right, Lindsay.
Otherwise, we simply have got other things to do.
Let's go to Lindsay on that note. Again, she, after her cutting him down a little bit, she can go worse than that. She can go low if she wants to. He was saved by that. She said one more thing to cut him down, just to give him a little, I'm still there. I'm still there. She said that he falls short in every way. And you could take that as however you want to take that, because she has mentioned all kinds of stuff that you should not be saying about your significant other in front of the company of others. So, are they going to stay together? I was like, hell to the no, they ain't going to stay together. And in this instance, it's like Mark is like Noe with the social media because he does the same thing she does. When they have issues, she goes right to social media and posts them. She would, whatever quotes, memes that got to going, and he's like left wondering, are you talking about me? She's like, it's not about you. But all our shared friends probably gonna think it's about me. Like, you gotta think about the everything, like the whole picture here. It's not just you no more.
That's right.
It's we're a team. And we got mutual friends who are all looking at this, and everybody's calling me, asking what's up, and it's nothing. And that's another thing people got to do. People got to stop reading too much into things about other couples and thinking that something's wrong with them. They might just think it's a nice thing to post, and maybe somebody might need to read it. It doesn't automatically say this is what's going on in our relationship. That's why social media is bad when you're in a relationship. Everything gets misconstrued.
Right.
So anyway.
And people feel like they can chime in. When you share, you also, because people are figuring that you're wanting to be open and transparent, that's an invitation for them to come in now and offer X, Y, and Z. So generally
people
speaking.
Getting your business,
yeah, generally speaking, you have to be very aware, and probably less is more when it comes to your relationship and your private life. Social media.
I agree. So these two codependents are staying codependents because they decided to stay together and go through this roller coaster mosh pit, car crash, 3-lane, 4-car crash, front to back, pile up. Man, I wish them the best because they're going to need it. That is one tumultuous relationship. And they are going to move in Mark's mother's house with the approval to redecorate it and renovate it.
Full gut.
Full gut.
Take it all out, Lindsay. Start over. Just keep the shell.
Keep the shell.
Just keep the shell. Keep the bones of the house. Change everything else.
All right. So
in the end,
all the couples stayed together.
Have we seen that before? You tell us, because we're new to Married at First Sight.
I think this might be one of the first episodes where everybody, except for one
season,
Chris and Alyssa, who got off the show early. But incidentally, after everybody made their decisions, they ended up at a place where they having drinks, rooftop, and nobody knew who was staying together. So this is where everybody came together, and everybody was wondering who stayed together, who are going to be partying, and then all the couples are there, and then Chris shows up, and they're like, "Oh, Chris, what's up, man? What's going on?" I forgot about him.
We all forgot because this season dragged on so long that we forgot that they were even a part of this season. They
should have their own show. Just like the dysfunction would have kept me glued. And then Alyssa shows up
in her freakum dress.
And she was showing up to show out. Like she had it. She had this dress on. She was coming to grab whoever was left over. Like Who left?
Right.
Did any of y'all?
Steve, you
Any of
say
y'all not make? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because my psychic told me that you and I were supposed to be together, Steve.
That's right. Her
You have
psychic
the
told her
tattoo?
that her man, her soulmate, had a tiger tattoo, that Steve actually had a tiger tattoo. So she was just waiting in the wings to see if something was going to go wrong with them. So yeah, she showed up probably looking for see if Steve and Noy didn't make it. And everybody was like, off camera, they was like, I don't see no growth in her. Like, I don't think she learned anything from this experience. She just seems like the same person.
She still believes that she was the victim, that this was done to her. And
Chris says he's happy and he's dating.
Well done.
Well done for him. He's a good guy.
Keep it moving, because after a situation like that, what else is there to do but just
just hit the road and
she was not for you, and you dodged a bullet anyways with that one.
Yeah, I mean they both dodged a bullet. You know, they both didn't want each other, so.
I think he wanted her, but after he was rejected by her.
Oh yeah.
Because remember he said, "I got exactly what I wanted."
Right. But at the end of the
did
day,
their job. But
I mean,
behavior, her malicious, just her way of just rejecting him was so just cold.
Yeah.
I think that at that point, then he kind of closed off. He was closed off to that opportunity. She probably became unattracted to him at some point. But I think at the beginning, he was very attracted to her.
Yeah, I think when I use the term "you dodged a bullet," I only used it when you had somebody, and then you didn't continue or went on. Then you're like, okay, yeah, I didn't continue with this. I dodged the bullet. Like that wouldn't work. When you ain't never had a person, I don't know. I guess I don't know if it works out, but hey, that's just my frame of thinking. But at any rate, he dodged the bullet. Let's just get into it. Okay, so
both did. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, right?
Yeah.
And Olajuwon and Katina had an announcement.
They did the do.
They did the do right after they said I do. Well, right after they said they will stay with each other. And everybody was like, yeah, now y'all do what married folks do. Go ahead. You have permission.
Be careful, Katina. He's somebody that will withdraw affection and sex if he's not getting what he wants. He's a bit of a controller.
Yeah, and she did say it was worth the wait.
That's because she's head over heels in love with him. We don't know if it was or if it wasn't, but we do know that she's in love with him, which is why she doesn't see any red flags when the rest of us do. However, we're still rooting and cheering for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. We are definitely rooting and cheering for you. We also just happen to see a lot of red flags in Olajuwon because we're not blinded by our feelings towards him.
Yeah. Well, I think also since Mark and Mike seem like they get along good, like they might be friends in real life, Mark was pleasantly and happily surprised that Jasmina and Mike actually stayed married. Like he was happy. He was happy for his boy. That's what it was like. Like it's good when everybody's happy for you.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for people. I'm happy for everybody.
Me too.
I like to try to, even though it doesn't benefit me, I'm still gonna be happy for you. You know, somebody I might not have gotten away with, somebody I might not have gotten along with. If they're doing well now and they have a new situation, then I'm happy. Like I try to be grateful for everybody. You know.
Amen.
So.
Amen.
Yeah. So he was surprised. Everybody was surprised 4 out of 5 couples stayed together. I think that's a new high for them. And then Steve presents this big ass rock to. That's when he presented the ring to Noy in front of everybody. And so, you know, Mike and Olajuwon and Mark, they're like, oh, bro, you had to do that in front of everybody. Like,
they like put their head
down. You brought the bar up this high now. Now we got to jump up this far. Like, that's something that you got to compete with. You know, guys got to be in a friendly competition, you know, couples competition. Nobody should be in competition with each other, only yourself. But
That's true.
people, you can't help but feel a certain way when you see that.
I know.
I wouldn't have felt no way about it. I would be like, hey, that's what they doing. We doing something different over here.
Yeah.
But I liked it though. That ring was nice though. I can't deny that. And Alyssa, yeah, she was mad. She's like, damn, you know it.
I know.
You got my soulmate. Because my psychic said that he had to target that. Yeah, and a diamond. So. Alyssa's just sad. She's just sad. So that's it for the recap and review of the decision day. Yeah, got my mind made up. And you want to add anything?
No, I'm glad that the season is over. It dragged. They didn't need to drag it out to 17 episodes, but hey, whatever. Overall, I think the reunion, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. The season overall, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. What say you?
That episode, yeah, I give that episode a 7 out of 10. Well, I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, it was pretty good. The whole season, they can't top the season before with Chris.
Oh, and Paige?
Yeah, they can't top that one.
I think that was 2 ago because the last one was with Merla, right?
Oh.
And Gil?
Nah,
yeah, no one can top
the last
Chris.
2. Yeah.
Chris and Paige, because that was such a mess.
Yeah, I don't think they topped the last 2.
Yeah, no.
This one, everybody was kind of sensible.
And Johnny and Bao, too. They were so good.
Yeah. Maybe Boston is, like we said, that city for families.
Yeah.
And couples.
I would, yeah.
I don't think it's like they got nightlife, of course, but it's not like New York or LA where, everybody's just saying, oh, I can do better. I can do better. There's something better coming.
Yeah.
There's something better coming. Like when you got that type of mentality, you're not going to stay focused on right here, and that person, maybe that person and you need to struggle for both of y'all to grow, but you're like, oh, you know what, forget it. I'm done. I can do better.
Yeah.
That's a sign of immaturity.
Yeah. No, I love that. That Boston, seemingly, from the little bit that we know and have seen about it, seems to be a family, a city, a town that values family life and families. Because despite everyone having literally massive, major red flags, they all stayed together.
Yeah. And
all of those relationships had major red flags. But there's something to be said for let's work through it. Let's see if we can make it work. Let's see if we can work it out because, at the end of the day, the only people that are successful at being married for 20, 30, 40, 50 years find a way to work it out. That's really the difference. They make a decision that they're just going to find a way. So I give them kudos. And everything that we've seen is stuff that you can work on at the end of the day. It's not like we've seen anything that's like, detrimental. But is there some therapy needed? Probably for a few of those people.
Yeah. I discovered therapy late in life and it's a good thing. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah,
if you care about your well-being and your mental being.
Your mental health, yeah.
Mental health, yeah.
100%, which then goes into your relationships and impacts, all of your relationships. So definitely worthwhile. So kudos to all of you. Congratulations on making it to the 8 weeks and beyond. And we will definitely be tuning in for the reunion. The reunion, because this is just decision day. Are we committing to we may not do a recap though.
Yeah, I know I want to see the reunion because I hate when they put those spoilers out there, when they put the clips. I'm like, man, I know they edited to where it's not going to be what I thought it was, but hey, I already committed to it.
Yeah, we've seen the journey thus far, so we'll definitely tune in, but may not do a recap. In any case, hope that you've enjoyed our entire recap, review, and sometimes mukbang of Married at First Sight season 14?
14, yep. So we did some closings, but with that being said, we're gonna close this out. And last words.
Get free and stay free.
and stay decent, my fellow people.
Bye.